Hey guys, Britta Albert here. If this is your first time here, I'm a spiritual transformational life coach, and it's my goal for this channel to help you overcome the obstacles that are standing in the way of you living your best and most authentic life. In this video, I want to talk about what happens after you've awoken. If you are somebody who recognizes the fact that you recently have woke up, you are now at that place where you are really excited. You're starting to ask a lot of questions. You're starting to do a lot of research. And you're starting to figure out exactly who you are, what the universe is, and kind of where you fit in that. And you just have this hunger for truth. And you want to share that. And that's absolutely normal. Whenever we learn a new truth that is very meaningful for us, especially as something that is so emotionally charged, something that we feel sets us free, we want to share that with everyone because we want them to also feel this joy, this excitement, this freedom, this liberation that we have. Now, this is a completely different energy, completely different paradigm from the way things have been before. Before, when it came to things like religion, for example, it was the whole idea that you go out and you evangelize and you go and you save people and you spread the word of the message because it just means so much to you that you just want to bring it to everyone. You want them to experience the same love, the same acceptance, the same personal judgments, or whatever it is. You want them to have eternal life, or you want them to save their soul from damnation. And that's kind of been the way that it's been, is you are supposed to go out and talk about your beliefs and share them with others and convert others into your belief system. That's not the way that it is anymore. And it's very difficult when you first start walking this path because it can feel really lonely. A lot of the times when people wake up, they're not gonna find themselves in a group of like-minded people. They're gonna find themselves as one of the only people in their family, one of the only people in their community who might be experiencing this, or at least the only one really talking about it. It's just a really lonely place. And a lot of times, this can spike some fear and anxiety, some of that old belief system coming through. Are you sure you're not crazy? Are you sure you don't need to go see a doctor? There might be something wrong with me. Nobody believes me. Nobody wants to hear me. I'm so alone. You have all of these thoughts that plague you, and you start to find yourself in a really dense, low place. And you really, a lot of times, if not all the time, will even question, did I make the right decision or did I make a mistake? Well, guess what? You have free will. At any point, if you feel like what you learned doesn't resonate with you, you can always change your mind. You can always go back to that belief system. But understand that anything that comes from a place of fear is not of God. It does not resonate with you because you are of love. We all know at a cellular level that is true, that we are love. We come from love. That's why we crave to experience it and we crave to give it. Everything that we do is for some sort of acceptance, receiving the feelings of being special or loved or valued, because everything we do, whether we're aware of it or not, guides us towards this desire to be loved and to experience love. All that fear does is it holds you back from experiencing who you really are. Think of this as learning to walk. You're going to fall, and that's okay. You're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. You're going to judge yourself, and that's okay. You're going to judge others, and that's okay. You are, after all, a human. You're experiencing the human experience, and that kind of judgment, duality, that is a very human thing to experience. So in this entire life that you're here, you're going to experience duality. Otherwise, you'll be like Elisha and you will literally transcend and leave this body because there's no more point left for you. There's nothing more to learn. And if you are not sure if what you're finding or what you're questioning is true or not, again, just ask yourself, is this coming from a place of fear, of judgment, condemnation, or is this coming from a place of love? God even says in the Bible, I have not given you a spirit of fear. I've given you a spirit of love, of sound mind, spirit of power. That is what God has given you. So anything else clearly does not come from God. God does not give you anxious thoughts. The universe does not give you self-doubt. Everything that you need is already within you. So when you're at this place and you're so excited and you want to talk about everything that you're learning and you want others to be there with you, and you're just starting to hit that wall because nobody wants to listen. They want to talk you out of it, or they don't want the conversation at all. They want nothing to do with it because they're not ready to do the research. That's okay. You know that that's okay because you love them. That's why you want to tell them so much. You're not going out there to pick fights with people. You're going out there because you want to share it genuinely. You're so excited. And that is beautiful and that is wonderful. That will come. Because in the way that things are now, you're not meant to go out and talk about it and evangelize about it. Your actions speak louder than words. And people will start to see that you are manifesting a life of success. You are manifesting a life of wealth. All these materialistic things that they want, they're just naturally going to be attracted to you because you're going to be at a place where you're okay and you just kind of manifest things because you want them or whatever. You want to experience that in this moment and then another moment you don't. You'll reach a point where people will start to look at you and say, things are falling apart and we see that you have peace. Beyond the peace, we see that you have joy. How? What is it that you have that we don't have? They'll come to you when they're ready. I know you want to talk about it. I know you want to go out there and share it with the world. That is why you start to find your people who are like-minded, and they will be attracted to you and vice versa. Synchronicities, just like my last video, will bring you the people that your soul and your heart is longing to be around so you can talk about these things and you can grow. I have sessions. If you've never done a session with me, we can have a free hour-long session. You can actually talk on the phone or do a Zoom call and talk face-to-face. You have somebody you can talk to. Let them ask you when they're ready, because you know when they're not ready, they're not going to accept it. They're not going to receive it. Think about where you were 6 months ago, or think about where you were a year ago. The things that you are trying to tell other people, imagine somebody telling you, or they probably did. What did you think about them? How did you feel about them? How quickly did you dismiss what they had to say, or how quickly would you have dismissed what somebody had to say if they were coming to you with the same information you're trying to come with other people with? When they're not ready to hear it, it's not going to resonate with them, and it's literally going to be like two opposing magnets. You can't keep it together. They're going to push each other apart. And if you don't want to necessarily lose that person from your life, you need to calm down and respect where they're at. Respect where they're at on their journey and understand the beauty in it. Understand that it's perfect and it's beautiful where they're at. Don't judge them on anything, because not everybody came here to experience what you came here to experience. Some did. Many will go through this process, but many others won't. And that's just not what they came here to experience. That's not what they wanted to participate in. And that is okay. Because one of the worst things that you can do is try to force an awakening on somebody. If they're not ready for it, somebody who experiences an awakening and they're not actually ready for it, it can cause things like anxiety attacks. It can cause things very, very fearful because their ego is coming up and is fighting. And it's not to say that they won't come around again, but it could actually delay their progress. It doesn't necessarily serve people to force your opinions down their throat either. It's going to push them away. It may actually keep them further from the truth, because now they're going to have this distaste about it, because they're going to think that this person that they cared about and they loved now just lost their mind. And they are going to want to stay away from it because now they're fearful of it. What if I lose my mind too? But they're not going to be able to articulate to you that they're not ready for it. They're gonna say, I disagree with you. I don't like this. I think that you're wrong, and here's why. And I'm going to put my opinions and my belief system and throw it up against yours because I don't want to hear it. When people's belief system is challenged, even if they're looking at solid proof, if they're not ready to change where they're at, they will defend their belief system even against 100% scientific proof. They will defend their belief system till their dying breath. If people aren't ready to let go, they will literally deny everything to hold what their belief system is. Our belief systems are so powerful. I have experienced many awakenings in my life. There are a couple really big ones that I really felt like the foundation of everything fell out from beneath me. And y'all, that took me, if you remember those stories and those videos, I talked about it, that took me a solid year to be okay with even the concept of God again, because anything supernatural was just so terrifying to me. It shattered everything that I believed was real, and here I was left with this rubble. And you don't have this all-knowing peace and understanding when you have your awakening. Most of us don't, at least. Maybe you did, but it can take a lot of time to process these new truths. And you have to figure out who you are, and do you believe in this or do you not believe in this? And then you start going on this journey of asking questions or not. Maybe you put that off for a while. And everybody's journey is different. Everybody's progress is different. And everybody's timeline is different. And that's okay. That has to be the way that it is. It's beautiful. It's perfect. It's not your timeline. You're in your timeline. Do you in your timeline and find people who are resonating at that level with you. All you have to do is seek, and you will find. If you are looking for something, you will find it. At the end of the day, if you take everybody in the world, no matter what religion, and you put them in a room together, and you say, do you want to just know what the truth is? Dogma aside, belief systems aside, cultural differences aside, raise your hand if you just want to know what the truth is. So many people would raise their hands. You have to do your truth and let them do theirs. That is respecting free will. God respects your free will. This is how you grow in the Christ consciousness. This is how you anchor into the fourth density. This is how you raise the vibration to the fifth density. Love people, have compassion, see the beauty, and remember what it was like for you and how scary it might have been at first, or how joyful. But understand that a year ago, you couldn't have told this stuff to yourself. You might think you could, but be honest with yourself. There's no way a year ago you would have received the information that you believe now. And that's okay, because that's just part of the process, part of the journey. Y'all, I love you so much. Please subscribe to this channel if this is your first time here. And don't forget to like this video if it resonated with you. And if there's somebody that you feel needs to hear this video, please share it with them. Help us to continue to grow this community. The more people we resonate with, the more people we will attract who resonate the same way. I am searching for my high vibration tribe, and I know y'all are searching for me. I love each and every one of you. I'm so grateful for you. You have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.